Good morning, students. Since I'm still sick, I thought it'd be easiest to give you the lesson here on the video, and that way you can re-watch it as often as you'd like during our time here. So today we're working on rounding numbers. We're going to be looking at whole numbers and decimals. So you start with your number, and you're going to underline the place that you were supposed to be rounding to. So let's say they want us to round to the hundreds place. Here you would underline the 1. You're going to circle the number to the right. That number is going to be the boss. It tells the 1 what to do. If the boss is 5 or greater, it's going to tell the number to go up. If it is 4 or less, it's going to tell the number to stay the same. So in this case, we have 8, which is 5 or greater, so it's going to tell the 1 to go up. And so the 1 will become a 2. Everything in front of the number you're rounding to stays the same. Everything behind goes to 0. So the 8 told the 1 to go up. We keep the 4, the 5. The 1 becomes a 2, and everything else becomes 0. And now we've rounded to the nearest hundreds place. Now here we are rounding to the thousands place. And so we've underlined the thousands place, and we've circled the boss. The boss is under 4, so it's going to tell the 5 to stay the same. So the 4 and the 5 will stay the same. Everything else goes to 0. And now we've rounded it to the nearest thousands place. Here we'll be looking at decimals, and the method is very similar. Let's say you need to round to the thousandths place, thousandths, and you underline that, and then you circle the boss. Again, the boss is above 5, so it's going to tell us to go up. Everything in front stays the same. The 6 goes up to 7. When we're dealing with decimals, we could put the 0 here, but you don't need it. It doesn't impact the value, and it kind of looks funny. So you can go ahead and drop any numbers to the right. So we rounded the 6 up to 7 because the 8 told it to go up. We kept everything in front the same. We changed the 6 to a 7, and we dropped anything else after that. Here we're rounding to the tenths place. We underline the tenths place. The boss is circled here. It's a 4, so anything 4 and below tells our number to stay the same. So the 3 stays the same, the 5 stays the same, and everything else goes away. We just drop those other numbers. Here we're looking at rounding to the nearest ones place. This would also be an example of rounding to the nearest whole number. So we've underlined the number in the ones place. We've circled the number in the tenths place. That's going to be our boss. It's 5 or above, so it's going to tell that number to go up. And so the number becomes 4. We drop 0.0 because we were rounding to the nearest whole number, so we can write 4. But if you were to write 4.0, it wouldn't be wrong. It's just not necessary. Here we're looking at what happens when you are rounding and your number that you're going to round is a 9. So we're rounding to the nearest 10th place. The boss is an 8, and so it's going to tell our 9 to go up. But when a 9 goes up, it becomes 10, and we can't fit 2 digits in one place value. So it's going to spill over. So the 9 will become 10. The 0 will stay in the tenths place, and the 1's going to go over to the ones place. And that will 1 plus 1 here gives us 2. So the 8 tells the 9 to go up, it becomes 10, and it spills over. The 0 stays in the tenths place, the 1 comes over, and we now have 2.0. In this case, we do keep the 0 because we are rounding to the tenths place, and that is the digit in the tenths place. Okay. While you're practicing today, make sure you come and see me if you have any questions. Feel free to rewatch this video if it will be helpful to you.